might have heard of an obscure Shakespearean play by the name of Romeo and Juliet. Vaguely. And one of the questions that comes up in Romeo and Juliet, besides the fact of what on earth are the parents of these children doing, letting them run around being crazy like this, is what's in a name? Well, today, I was remarking to Gwen as I was getting ready this morning how incredibly well the readings of the lectionary have worked seamlessly with what we're talking about in regards to stewardship. And today I want to do a little bit of name analysis with Hannah. Now, what church are we?
St. Anne's Episcopal.
St. Anne's, yes. What is Anne a French transliteration of? Anna. And if you actually put the proper H on the end of Anna, it is? Hannah. Hannah, yeah. So we are in a lineage of powerful, important women in Scripture. Now, who is the Saint Anne that we are named after?
The Mother of Mary.
The Mother of Mary. Kind of important, I would say. And who is Hannah's son? Samuel. Now, what might these two have in common?
Say that again.
What might these two ladies and their progeny have in common? It's okay if you don't get it. They usher in the royal lineage of David. Who is the prophet who anoints David king? Samuel. Who is Mary's son? Jesus. Who is Jesus' son of in the lineage and everything? Son of David. So we are named after two very important women who are necessary for the reality of our lives together in God. Now, I really, really enjoy the fact that this story is not unique also in Scripture. Does this motif of a barren woman asking God for a special blessing, is it unique? No. How many of them are there? 7. Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist, she and Zechariah are the last in that line. So you can already tell right off the bat something significant's about to happen when you've got Hannah, whose womb is closed, meaning that she can't have kids, and in the ancient world, that's kind of a problem. It's a source of shame and a source of lack of power and status. And what's interesting is that she, of course, her sister wife, I guess you could say, Penina, is less than helpful in her constant needling her and taunting her and torturing her about that. And then, bless his heart, Elkanah tries to be of help and says, "Why are you crying? Am I not worth 10 sons to you?" And then Eli, who also is kind of in trouble because his sons are doing some terrible things, thinks she's drunk because she's praying silently and not speaking out loud. But instead of asking her, "Hey, what's going on?" he goes, "Would you stop embarrassing yourself here? Get out of here if you're going to be drunk." But she's like, No. I am asking God fervently for what my heart desires. Can you remember another instance where people thought someone was drunk when they were actually calling on God's will? Pentecost. So lots of things started here. But I love the fact that not only does she fervently ask, she doesn't let Penina, she doesn't let Elkanah, she doesn't let even Eli distract her from what it is she's hoping for. She wants a male son, and she's willing to offer her son to be a Nazarite, which means doesn't cut his hair, doesn't drink, definitely keeps kosher meals. Very strict life. But Samuel is one of the most important prophets in the entirety of our Scripture. And if she had not been fervent in asking God for these things, I see it, Timothy. If she had not been fervent in asking for these things, Samuel would not have come about. And we would not have had the prophet necessary to anoint. David king. So kind of important. So it's important then that she asked fervently of God, give me this thing that I ask. I am asking you for this, I am offering this to you. If it weren't for St. Anne, we would not have had Mary who said yes to God as well. So even Samuel's name is, I have asked of the Lord for him. Or I have asked for him of the Lord. So there's a common thread here of asking God as you offer to God what you can offer. Asking God to give you more. So pledging oneself and one's hope to God and asking for God's grace to empower us to do what we can do. So after our meandering discussion about stewardship being discipleship being following the way, stewardship being being a caretaker, recognizing our lived experience of God, seeing where God relates to us in our lives together, looking at how St. Anne's is a place that nurtures that in our lives, recognizing what it would be if we lost that place, leads us to, when we offer our pledges today, what are we asking of God as we offer what we can give to God? What would you ask of God today if you had a chance to?
Keeping us together, keep us together, help us stay together.
Help us stay together. If you really had a big magic wand, what would you ask God for?
Peace.
Peace. Huh? $1
$1 million.
$1 million. I like your thinking. What else?
Health.
Health. And to end homelessness.
To end COVID.
To end COVID. And into that. Oh, man. To bring us into better community together. To help us recognize where we can connect. Whatever you may be asking of God, with boldness do so. It's in Scripture telling us to do that. Let us live into our lineage as the church of the matron saints, who are the reason why we are able to have the story we have. Without Hannah, without Anne, we could not have David or Jesus. Without St. Anne's, there would be aspects that would be missed in the world. And so as we ask of God, as we offer our pledges to God, let us give thanks to the fact that we are part of that lineage, and we will continue that lineage into the infinite future. So thank you for the pledges you bring forward today. Thank you for the offerings of who you are. Thank you for being this church that makes us in that lineage. And may your generosity and may your ask lead us into the grace of God, deepen our understanding of our callings as the family of God, and find ways to share that more and more with the world. Amen.
Amen.